does not mean a lot actually about your business. It means that people are interested in it, and the next step obviously is how you turn those followers into people buying your products.
Something you can do with social media is actually sponsor post. Laura, could you develop on this a little bit?
In terms of sponsor posts on other...
Sponsor posts or maybe Facebook ads. Does that work?
Oh, yes. Well, what we've done even for Sassy to help spread the word about our brand, you can actually create ads on Facebook on the side. So that actually was a really great thing when we first started to help spread the word about our brand. You know, when we would have events, we would ask the girls that were coming, how did you hear about it? You know, I heard about it on Facebook. You know, when I was checking, I saw an ad for your website. I clicked the link and then I signed up for your newsletter. But what we actually have found recently that has worked for us is you can also do a sponsored story, which is a little bit different from an ad. It looks very similar in that it's an ad on the side of your Facebook feed, but instead what it is on the bottom of it, you can see which of your friends also like that Facebook page. So I know I'm that type of person. Once I see my friend is liking a particular page, I then go rush and check out what it is because I'm just interested and curious. So that just helps in terms of creating that momentum that sometimes people need and saying, oh, my friend likes this, I'm going to check it out as well. And the nice thing about that is very low cost, and you can go in, you can set your budget. You know, for instance, you can say, I want to spend $50 a month. And once it hits that limit, you check your analytics, see, you know, if there's any impact, and then you can increase your threshold if needed, or decide if it's not working for you, move on to another strategy that is. But I think in terms of, you know, independent designers that are starting their own brand, you know, it's really important to seek out low-cost strategies that will help boost your business and, you know, increase your traffic from a social media perspective. And definitely the sponsored stories on Facebook is something that helped for us.
And please don't buy Facebook fans, just defeat the purpose of social media, right? Something we were discussing about when we met yesterday is, can a small brand succeed just without social media? Or is it, I mean, do we really have to do this?
For me, here, like, I see it as a start, getting my name out there. I mean, I can't go straight to big magazines, they won't take me, so I need to kind of build up some sort of story behind me. So if I start with social media and then maybe I get picked up by some fashion bloggers, once I've got that kind of story behind me, then I can go to these bigger magazines, and then once I get the bigger magazines, that opens a whole new world up to buyers and more customers. So I see it as a very essential tool.
I just want to add something really quickly. One of the things that I truly believe as an independent designer is identifying those fashion bloggers in particular that have an extreme level of influence within your target market. I think there's so much power in working with the bloggers, whether it's here in Hong Kong or if you want to gain a presence elsewhere, establishing a relationship with them, because then they are the entryway to really reaching out and spreading the word. If you find a fashion blogger that believes in your product, I mean, they'll really, you know, talk about it and support your brand to the end. So I think that is probably one of the most important steps in the very beginning, is identifying which bloggers, websites that you relate to most and you think, you know, would be the key in terms of reaching your target market.
Jennifer, I believe Elle hosts quite a few blogs. Are you following what's going on that platform as well?
Yeah, I think that's the blog is really a great platform as a way to approaching the magazine or the major mainstream media, because we did have a blog platform, and we also work we invite people who write a quality blog to be part of the platform, and it's where they're free to express. They can share their opinions, they can share their nice design, and in some way we also every year we have a blogger competition, and I think that's what other major women magazine giving out the award right now. And so we do recognize quality bloggers, and of course if you could maintain your personal quality blog, that would be a way, that a shortcut that you can get noticed easily by major magazine. But if you don't really felt that you have a talent for writing a very attractive blog, but you can also approach the fashion bloggers, as Maron say, and also approach us to get a feature in our blogs as well, because that is actually much more easier to pitch for a magazine for just a small space of editorial coverage.
I believe the big media are looking for exclusivity. But if you have some solid background and people who have talked about your brand, it can only help. Jasmine, I believe you receive a lot of incoming mails from small brands. How do you just check, do your due diligence and decide whether you're going to introduce them to your audience or not?
So as a blogger, I do get a lot of brands approaching me, both big and small. And I can't take all of them. I don't have the time to take on all these brands and write about them and back them up. So I do go through and have to filter them out, and it does come down to my personal taste and my personal style. Would I wear that? Do I believe in it? Is it quality? So like you all touched on before, yes, there are bloggers out there who will pick up your brand, and the nice thing about bloggers is that they don't have the capacity to take all of it, so they really do pick the finer ones. So the neat thing is that your brand's actually going to be alongside other like brands, so they're going to market you quite well. I currently run a group in Hong Kong for fashion bloggers. We've currently got about 52 members, which is quite a few. And they both speak Chinese. There's Chinese bloggers and Western bloggers, and they cover a range of different styles. So whether you're selling suits or you're selling jewelry or whatever you're doing, there's going to be a blogger out there who will get behind your brand and who will personally suit your brand as well.
Just to get a little more practical, do you usually welcome emails, with a personal tone, or is it okay to send just a press release?
Yeah, no press releases. I still get just press releases, and it's so boring. I will not deal with them. There's just nothing to it. If someone, I'm an independent personal, I'm a blogger, and we're all about getting personal and getting raw. So if you want to work with me, use my name. It's easy, and I think all bloggers kind of feel like that. We're all about getting personal with the brands that we back, and so the least you can do is just send us like a little personal message, check our blog out, know what we're doing, know what we're about, know that you want to work with us.
Okay, I guess it's time for a conclusion before we go to the Q&A. We'd like to open that. Oscar.
I think, today, of course, is about for fashion people that start their business. So I guess it's very different. I work with large companies as well, but keep things very simple for yourself and don't get overly obsessed by spending only time online unless you do e-commerce. But the real world is still out there, and meet people. But you really use social media as a tool. It's part of a marketing strategy. And if you can print flyers, you can do social media, engage in discussions, and that's the whole thing about social media, is about engaging. So just don't post stuff and don't ask questions. Then you might as well start a newspaper without a comment block on it. So try to really engage your clients, because that's really what you want to achieve, that they respond on what you post. about what you think, and that's the beauty of it as well. So if you want to pick that.
Laura?
Just in conclusion, I think I would just stress, do your pre-work, really find, I guess, an audience that works well for you when you're starting up. When you're starting up your brand, you have so many other things to think about, so you can't have the strategy of going out and saying, I want everyone in Hong Kong to know about me on day one. So identifying who your target group is, and finding that niche area and using that as your main priority, because once you're able to sell on that, Hong Kong also is a very small place, so the amazing thing about Hong Kong is the power of word of mouth. So once you have a few people, a few websites believing in your brand, it's amazing kind of how fast word can spread. So I think targeting small will kind of help propel you along.
I totally agree with that. I just also want to add, use the information that you get there. Like I said before, a lot of people get obsessed by their followers or their likes, but they don't actually do anything with them. Like, take that information there, send out invitations to events, send them promotions about your brand, whether it be 10% off or whatever. Engage with the customer, help them to buy your clothes.
I would say once you you really committed to start the social media for your business, you have to stay focused. You have to be consistent in terms of your style, your tone and manner, the way how you communicate with your target audience, and the quality. Nice pictures is really important. Visuals are very important, and a lot of time we as an L, we also go out to see and to explore any quality bloggers. In a way, we see they do have their personal opinion that we really appreciate. They make an effort to take nice pictures, and the way they write is very amusing or expressing an opinion that we like. And so really need to be consistent and persistent, and then you will get noticed easily and attract the group of friends that you actually associate with.
I like everything that was said just then. Totally agree with it. Biggest piece of advice is to book it in. Put it in your diary, schedule it in. So whether you're wanting to post in the morning or the evening, depending on when your readers are online, book it in there. Make it a clear event in your diary that you have to do. It's a profession. Social media is serious, and you need to treat it with respect and give it that. If you just literally don't have the time or can't do it, speak to others that do. There's lots of bloggers and there's lots of people out there online that are absolutely willing to help you out and get on board with you and your brands. They're willing to give you time, and obviously you have to give them something back in return. It is a business transfer, but there's people out there definitely willing to help. So either manage it yourself and do it really strictly,